God, where do I even begin a video like this? I know. Way, have that you cunts. Manchester United 2, Manchester City 1. Yes! Get it! I'm in genuine shock. Not only have we managed to beat Manchester City, but we've done it in the FA Cup final. Oh, Man City, I think you're still hungover from the Premier League. It looks to me as though De Bruyne had one too many beers after lifting that trophy. We've stopped our biggest rivals doing the double-double, and in doing so, we've got a trophy of our own. We've actually got something out of this season. I've heard so much talk about how much better Man City have been than us this year, only to win the same amount of trophies as us in our worst season ever. No more nightmares, no more sleep loss, no more pain. I'm finally at a place of peace with my football club. I feel truly blessed to be a Man United fan right now. Yes, we're terrible, but the terrible games only make games like that 10 times better. Apparently miracles really do exist, and United are going into this summer having humbled our biggest rivals in the FA Cup final and our other biggest rivals in the quarter-final. That result is simply the most perfect ending to such a miserable season. I know it's been a difficult season to watch. It seemed like everything was going wrong. We got knocked out of the Champions League, 8th in the Premier League, but ever since the FA Cup began, I've been saying this is all we have to look forward to this season. This is about the only thing we've got to look forward to. We have to get to the final. It's the only competition we're still in this year. I mean, the FA Cup is the only thing we've got to look forward to. This was our only hope of saving the season, and in saving the season, we've also qualified for the Europa League. Before this game, we were getting no European football at all, but the winner of the FA Cup qualifies for the Europa League. So we've not only won the FA Cup, we've secured a bit of extra football to watch next season. And as to the Chelsea fans that were laughing at us because they'd overtaken us in the table, thinking they were the ones getting Europa League, hate to inform you that Manchester United result has put you in the Conference League. So that's another club we've got the last laugh with this season. Ten Hag's received a lot of criticism at his time at United, but let's not forget what he's actually pulled off here. 2 trophies in 2 years, he's got to 3 cup finals, and he's the quickest United manager to ever reach 50 wins at the club. Oh, and he beat Liverpool and Man City in the same FA Cup run. When you consider how bad United have been, that is not just a trophy, that's history. Look, I know Ten Hag's just finished 8th, and United fans are getting reasonably impatient with him, but before Ineos sack him, they have to remember he's had an injury crisis. Chelsea have had an injury crisis. Look how bad they've been this season, and how much better they've been since the injuries have come back. Look at Newcastle, look at Brighton. United, Newcastle and Brighton have all had an injury crisis this season, and they've all finished lower than they did last season. It's not a coincidence. And we still managed to beat Man City in the final, even with the injury crisis. So why don't we give Ten Hag one more year to prove himself? And with that FA Cup final, I think he's brought me my happiest memories as a Man United fan since Fergie won the league. And it should go without saying that there are no good replacements for him on the market right now. Pochettino's terrible. All he's ever won is the French league with PSG, and I think my grandma could do that. Tuchel is a troublemaker. He causes problems with the board at every club he goes to. Also, let's not forget Bayern Munich won the league 11 years in a row, and as soon as he walked in, they came 3rd. And then there's also Man United links with Kieran McKenna, who I'd probably take out of those 3 options because he's been the most impressive over the past year, getting Ipswich from League 1 to the Premier League with back-to-back promotions. But I don't know if that quite qualifies him for the United job. I know it's impressive, but just because you've done well in the Championship doesn't mean you can do well in the Premier League, and I refuse to take a non-Premier League manager at a Premier League club. So let's just see what he can do with Ipswich in the Prem before he comes to us. You just can't sack Ten Hag after he's beaten City in the FA Cup final. I don't get it. All sacking Ten Hag does is cost you money, restart your progress, and we won't be winning another final for ages. Oh, and expect to finish 8th in the league again. But I don't want to think about the new manager right now. I just want to enjoy this moment because we don't get moments like this often, so we must cherish them when they come. The next few days will be celebrations and celebrations only. Oh yeah, and one quick message to the Man City fans that assume the game was over before it had even started. Man City have won 6 less FA Cups than us, 10 less league titles than us, and 2 Champions Leagues less than us. So don't you dare assume you've won a game before you actually have like that in the future. It's to avoid your own embarrassment. And once again, Manchester is red. You've seen United, now fuck off home.